welcome to our webinar, Financial Wellness Tools. My name is Audrey. I'm the digital media specialist here at Shell FCU, and joining me today is our guest, Kenny. Kenny is our graphic and web designer. Welcome, Kenny.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here and get to talk to you about some of these amazing tools and resources that we have available for our members.
Yeah, we're going to be chatting today and sharing a lot of really valuable information about all of the financial wellness tools, like you mentioned. As a Shell FCU member, there are a lot of great tools available to you. So we're just going to go through them some today, including things like the Financial Wellness Center, digital banking features, Get My Rate, Your Credit Score. A lot of these tools may be things that you already use and are part of your everyday financial routine. But my goal today is that we share something with you that is new to you, that maybe you haven't used before, or you had heard of, or were interested in using. So that is going to be the goal for us today, and I'm really excited to dive in. Okay, first one we're going to talk about is one that most members probably know and use, which is digital banking. You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
So you're completely right. It is one of the most known and used tools that we have available in the credit union. As you know, digital banking lets you access your finances anytime, anywhere, whether it's on a desktop or on a mobile device. You always have easy access at your fingertips. But there are so many other amazing features within digital banking that could be useful to our members. You have the ability to customize widgets, to personalize your dashboard. You have the ability to hide or rearrange loan accounts, which I find super easy. I mean, I use it all the time. I hide my accounts all the time. For example, like my savings.
Oh, yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind. So that way I won't touch that money.
Yes.
But we also have adjustable security preferences as well. You can set up alerts, which is something that we talked about before we started the webinar, how we find them so useful.
Yeah, I really like all the different alerts that you can set up. It's super customizable, so you could get alerts when deposits are made. You could set up spending limits, which I find really handy. So it'll just send you an alert when you've gone over a certain spending limit, especially good around the holidays. Spending tends to be a little up around the holidays, or maybe that's just me. And you can also get alerts when your card gets used for certain things. Like, let's say you know that you don't buy gas with your credit card, and you can get a little alert when gas is purchased on your card. That could indicate potentially something that, unfortunately, your card has been compromised in some way if that happens. So it's a great security feature to have for sure.
Yeah. And for example, like for myself, I use it to just keep track of the activity in my card, see any transactions, but you can also see recent and pending transactions within digital banking as well. But you can also create loan accounts and nicknames for easy tracking if that helps you. And one of the also awesome features that we have is you can make and schedule transfers from Shell FCU accounts or other financial institutions, or including members to members. You have also the ability to do mobile deposits within the app as well, and enroll in bill pay, which is super easy, makes life so simple, and is completely free for unlimited accounts per month. You have card controls, travel notifications, card notices, but you also have a lot of quick links that are available for those members that may have more questions or may need assistance with something else that I highly recommend for everybody to, get familiar with those tools as well.
Yeah, like things like chat support. If you have any questions, you can make an appointment at a Shell FCU branch. So, we definitely always accept, people just, walk-ins. But if, for example, you're working on a tight time frame, you're going to go on your lunch break or something like that, the ability to make an appointment right there in digital banking is super, super nice. And you can update your contact information as well. And the good thing is that when you update your contact information in digital banking, it'll also change in our Shell software as well. So there's in our system. So there's not going to be any discrepancies or anything like that.
It's all about convenience, right? But besides that, you also have the abilities to create any saving goals or track spending or create any forecast any budgets as well. But most importantly, talking about convenience, you also have easy access to apply for any loans or additional accounts that you might need. digital banking also has a feature where you can also export account information to use with any other software devices. I know tax season's coming around, so
Yeah, it'll be here before we know it.
it's super
Comes
easy.
quick.
You could use it with TurboTax or QuickBooks. I highly recommend for everybody to take some time, just go through the menu, get familiar with digital banking, and see what options and preferences can work for you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We really pride ourselves on our 5.5 service on the phone or in our branch. But it's really nice knowing that we have all of these tools available at our members' fingertips so that you can bank conveniently from home or on the go. I love all the tools there. So how do members access digital banking?
I mean, super easy. You just go to shellfcu.org and log in through our account access panel with your username and password. Or you can also download the Shell FCU app from the App Store and just log in with the same credentials as well, username and password.
Awesome. Easy peasy. Thank you so much for sharing all of that information on digital banking. There's so much good stuff in there, and you definitely, like you said, encourage members to go in and just look around in there and see everything that it has to offer. Next, let's talk about another really powerful resource that we have, which is your credit score. Can you tell us about that?
Okay, so digital credit score, your credit score, I'm sorry, is also built in within digital banking as well. So it's super convenient. It lets you access your credit score, view your credit report, as well as it gives you educational insights that could be helpful towards you, towards your goals, right? But I do have to say that it's also something that members have to opt in. It's completely free, but you do have to opt in.
Cool. And if you opt in and you're using this tool, is it going to affect your credit score?
Not at all. Not at all.
Awesome.
So it's really an amazing tool that everybody should get familiar with.
Love that.
Yes.
So you can look at your credit report, but what kind of information can you see on your credit report?
So your credit report will typically have a list of creditors, loan amounts, payment history. It would also list recent inquiries within the past 2 years, and it will have former and current addresses and employers as well. But it also does share public information, such as like any liens or collections that you might have.
Okay.
And most importantly, it also gives people access to make or start any disputes if anything seems irregular within their credit, or if you see any suspicious activity that you're like, wait a minute, I didn't do that, right? Or that doesn't belong in my credit. So
Right,
super convenient.
Yeah, especially this time of year. Again, I feel like with the holiday season, there tends to be a little bit, unfortunately, of an uptick in like fraud and scams. So it's nice that you have that right at your fingertips to dispute anything that looks weird. And we did a webinar a few months back that was focused on credit scores. So if y'all missed that one, definitely check it out. And one of our biggest takeaways in that webinar was how important credit monitoring is. So to have this tool is such a huge asset for your financial health, because credit scores are very, very important.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about credit monitoring a little bit later in the webinar. But I want to talk real quick about education. So you mentioned education. What kind of educational tools are available with this?
So it does give you very personalized recommendations based on your own credit score. But it also has a score simulator that shows you how specific actions can affect your credit. Whether it's paying off a loan, or adding an additional account, or paying off your credit card. So it's super, super helpful.
Yeah, I love that. And how can members access this feature?
Again, just log into digital banking. You're going to see it in the main menu. Just click credit report. That's it.
Awesome. And something that I want to add real quick while we're talking about these tools is just a tip to not assume that you won't get a loan purely based on your credit score. So it's definitely part of the picture. But whenever you're going through that process of getting approval for a loan, there's a lot of different factors that go in, things like your debt to income ratio, and the purpose of the loan.
Yes.
Like I said, credit score is a part of it, but it's not the whole picture. So definitely something to kind of keep in mind as you're looking at your credit score.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So let's move on to Get My Rate, which is one of my favorite tools, and it's a pretty new tool. And I like this one a lot because it is available to members and non-members, right?
Correct. Yeah. So it is available to members and non-members. So if you know anybody that's interested in applying for a loan, tell your friends, family members. Definitely get familiar with Get My Rate. But Get My Rate is a secure website that allows you to get pre-qualified and see any potential loan rates before you even apply with a credit union.
Wow, that's super cool. So, and this one just, or as you're using this tool, what kind of information is it going to ask you for?
So it's basic information. It'll be your name, address, date of birth, social security number, plus a few optional questions about your finances as well. So
Yeah, awesome. And then just to clarify, so using Get My Rate is not going to affect your credit score, right?
not at all.
Okay.
It's completely secure, yes.
Awesome. Yeah, because one of the things that we learned in our previous webinar is that too many hard pulls on your credit can affect it negatively. So I really like that we have the ability to kind of do a soft pull on the credit and it won't affect it, and you can kind of get a picture of that, which is really awesome.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was going to say that a lot of people are concerned of those hard pulls.
Yeah.
But Get My Rate uses such a soft pull that it won't affect your credit at all. So that's why it's such a powerful tool to have, so you can make the most informed decisions when it comes to handling your finances.
Awesome. I love that. So once you provide all the information, what exactly is Get My Rate going to do for you?
So the first thing it's going to do is look at your credit score and your debt to income ratio to see if you're pre-qualified for a loan with us. If you are, amazing. I mean, you're all set. Go ahead and apply. If not, it will actually create an action plan that will give you a recommendation and tips on how to make progress towards that pre-qualification with us, as well as it would include a credit score analysis just to review what's affecting your credit and see how you can improve it.
Awesome. So it really is like a no risk way to explore all of your options. And like you said, make some smart, informed decisions before going in. You don't want to just go in and say, well, go in and pull my credit right now, because that could potentially hurt your credit. So I love that there's this option to do ahead of time, which is super, super handy. And before we move on, I want to pause and touch on why credit monitoring is so important, especially, like I said, with the holidays coming up. Holidays can bring a lot of extra spending, things like gifts, travel, different sales, and your balances may increase. So monitoring your credit is super nice because it helps you stay financially mindful. So, a couple reasons why it's so important. Higher spending can increase your credit utilization, which can temporarily lower your score. And like I mentioned earlier, fraud risks do unfortunately rise during the holidays with more online shopping, and checking your credit regularly can help you spot issues early.
Don't forget that you also have that assistance within your credit score to start any disputes and report anything that seems irregular on your credit.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Super handy tool. And then, just another thing is that your future goals don't take a break in the holidays either. So a lot of people may be planning a future car purchase or, in a business loan or a personal loan in the new year. So keeping your score strong can really keep your options open. So it really helps you just kind of like stay in control, avoid surprises, protect your peace of mind. And that's why I love that we have these tools available.
Yeah. And even if you haven't made it a habit to check your credit score regularly, I highly recommend everybody to do it. I mean, we have these amazing tools. Just take advantage of it. I mean, get familiar with it and check your credit score. It's very important.
Yeah. It's really nice because I feel like a lot of times people just don't know about the tools and things like that. So doing this, I hope people are able to take away a couple more tools.
Yeah.
We do have one more to talk about,
Yes.
which is again one of my favorites. I think maybe I say that for all of them. I don't know.
A little bit. It's one of my favorites too.
I like them all. What can I say? So the Financial Wellness Center. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So it is one of my favorites. Okay. But the Financial Wellness Center is an educational resource that we offer through our main website, or shellfcu.org, or you can visit our iLife website, shellfcu.org/iLife. You're going to find it at the top of the page, but it's just an amazing and helpful website that has a lot of articles, interactive courses, and tools that could just help you strengthen your financial habits at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So can you give us a few examples of what exactly members can find there?
Of course. So one of the first things that you're going to find in there is a personal financial wellness assessment, which it will let you reflect on any spending, saving habits that you might have, budgeting as well. But it also has a lot of interactive courses available to people on topics like building your credit, emergency funds, understanding and paying taxes as well, planning your retirement, student loans, and a ton of calculators available as well. But I want to say that one of the most important, I think, is that it also has a lot of resources to teach kids about financial literacy, which is so important nowadays. I feel like the Financial Wellness Center is literally made for every stage of life. So whether you're a kid, young adult, an adult, you can always find great information in there that, like I mentioned earlier, it will let you just make the most informed financial decisions when it comes to handling your finances.
Oh, I love that. And then another thing that I love about Financial Wellness Center is that sometimes we offer rewards for completing certain courses.
Right.
So, for
That's
example,
right.
we just finished our Shellopoly promotion from the summer. And there was a part of that where you set up some courses for people to complete, and completing those set of courses entered them to win $500, which is so cool.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad. And we do them every now and then, so definitely keep an eye out on our socials, website, and emails for any of these that we may run in the future. I love it. And now I would like to open it up to questions. We have a question. How do you set up alerts?
Alerts. You just go into digital banking. You're going to see the security alerts and make sure like I mentioned before, there's a lot of preferences and alerts that you could set. So make sure, because like you mentioned, you can either do it by saying like, I don't want any transactions on gas or on retailers. So definitely just go and get familiar with all those settings. And it's not, I can't give you an exactly one to use. I think it's very individual.
Yeah.
Like you just have to choose what best works for your account. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. Thank you so much. And I have a question as well.
Oh, Lord.
So if you were new to the Financial Wellness Center and you wanted to make the most of the Financial Wellness Center, what would you start with?
So definitely creating an account, I think, is super important just to keep track of all those completed courses as well, and any helpful or tools that you found in there as well. And also completing that personal financial wellness assessment is super quick. It lets you see where you're at and what areas to focus on as well. So everybody just should go in there.
Nice. So once you kind of figure out what areas to focus, then the Financial Wellness Center will have resources for those areas.
And there's so many. That's why I keep saying it. Please go in there, give it a chance. I guarantee you're going to find information that maybe you weren't aware of, or maybe you needed to brush up on. So it's super helpful. Yes.
I love it. Well, that is going to wrap up our overview of Shell FCU's financial wellness tools. I really hope that everybody discovered something new and feel empowered to take advantage of these incredible resources that we have. Remember, y'all, financial wellness is a journey. We're all on.
Yes.
And Shell FCU is here to help you every step of the way. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Visit shellfcu.org for upcoming events, giveaways, financial tips. Kenny, thank you so much for being here. This was so
much for having
fun.
me. It was fun. Thank you so much.
Yay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for being here.